Hi there. Welcome to Sequoia Designs. Getting toasty in here. Here's a water bag that I have come up with and sewn. It's square in nature, so when it lays flat, if you're in a river or stream, you can lay it out flat and it lays as a square. And you can pull up on the handles and it will cinch up, and this is what you'll get if you're getting water out of a lake. If you're getting water out of a river or a cascading waterfall or anything that's going down, I would suggest keeping it cinched up like this, because there's a large opening here, and just have the water flow into it. And there'll be other videos that will show you how to get water out of various different water sources, including streams, lakes, and other things. So, or you can also, if you're in a hurry or if you can't find a good water source where you can just get the water out in a relatively easy manner, I would suggest hanging it, getting your water bladder, filling it with the amount of water you want, pouring it in here, and then going from there. So here, we're going to do a test and show you how fast the water comes out of this thing through the Frontier Pro water filter, which is the filter I've chosen to use on my design here for this, which is going to use a platy bag, a Frontier Pro, and then this water tubing, a simple cinch. You can replace these at your local brewery store. They use them for cinches on brewery bags. And then tubing too, which I have plenty of, and if you need more of, I can get you. And this tubing is, I'm not sure the exact size of it, but it'll just fit on your Frontier Pro. On the back end of it, you're going to have two different pieces that will fit onto it, that screw onto it. I use the one that just has a little thing on it, and it's universal, it works for everything. There's also this piece, which applies to platy bags, and if you take the spacer off, it will work on clean stream bags, apparently. I use it like this, because I don't want to have two different cords for two different bags, and I'll show you why. So you hook that on there. And this is a brand new filter, so I've never used this. We're going to test it to see how fast the water comes out of it as a brand new filter, and I'm sure the timing as you use it and it gets fuller with stuff, it will go down and it won't filter as fast, which is my experience with it. It filters very fast at first, and it tends to slow down. Not real fast, but at the very end of its life, it goes down real fast, real quick. So when it's time to replace it, it's time to replace it. And then on your platy bag, I just cut a little piece of this tubing to make about a 3/4 inch piece of tubing, which you put on your bag here, like so. And it also fits loosely in the back of this, which is the thing, because once you set this up, you don't want to disturb it, because if you come and kick it, it will pop right out. You can super glue this in there permanent, but it will also mean that now you're going to have to drink out of this, which makes kind of for a softer tube to drink out of. But what I'll end up doing is taking this off of this and hooking it to my bag at this end, and then I drink out of it as an inline filter if I'm in a hurry and don't have time to filter the water. If you do have time to filter the water, just take the tube off and you can drink through it, which I'll show you how that works too. But right now we're just going to worry about testing how fast the water comes in. I'm going to do a 3-liter test with the 3-liter bag. So get this underway, put that on there like that, and remember this is loose, so once you put it in there you want to be gentle with it. And the more line between the filter, more distance between the filter and the actual water gets you increased flow rates. So if it's up here like this, it's going to be a slower flow rate than if it was down here, which I'll show you in the future too here. So let's connect this. There. Okay, start the old watch, set 0, and undo the tube. And as you can see, water is flowing out relatively fast. Like I said, this is a brand new filter, so let's see how fast we can get water here, get the 3 liters out of this thing. And I believe this, my design here, different measurements, different squares will hold different amounts of water, of course, but this right here I think is a gallon, maybe a little more. I'm not going to take my word for it because I haven't measured the exact water that comes out of them yet, but as you can see, here's the stitching, and the things that hook it up. And if you're in a hurry and you can't find a tree branch to slide it onto, or the branch is too big and has too many, you know, things coming off of it or whatnot, I have this little carabiner that I hook up with it, which is a double-sided carabiner. So you can just go over the branch and then connect it on there. You don't have to worry so much about sliding it over the branch and knocking needles and breaking little branches off. You just put it over the thick branch and hang it on. And like I said, the more distance you have, like a straight line to the filter, the faster flow rates you're going to get. If it was laying up here on a hill, you would slow your rate down by not significant amounts, but it would slow it down. So let's see how fast we're doing here. We're at 1:30. Let's see what happens when we get to 1:30. See how fast we got the water here. Okay, and then we got to be careful here with this so it doesn't come out. It's going to want to pop off. But as you can see, we're at 1.5 liters. So, yeah, fine example how that pops off. But no big deal. You wouldn't be disturbing it in the backcountry. You would just leave it, not mess with it, and it won't give you any issues as long as you don't mess with it and try to figure out the timing. So that took me 30 seconds since it's been pinched, so we're going to minus 30 seconds off of this timing. Let's get it going again. So that was pretty good, 1:30, and I got 1.5 liters. So that's about what I say it filters water at. And when I did the Wonderland Trail with the brand new filter this summer, I did the entire Wonderland Trail and used one of these guys the whole time, and I got water at about a rate of 1 liter a minute. So it took about 6 minutes to get the 3 liters. So, or no, I'm sorry, it took about, yeah, about 1 liter a minute. So it takes about 3 to 4 minutes to fill one of these. Is from what I remember being on the trail. So let's see what happens with this. And you got to remember, we got to minus 30 seconds off because I disturbed it and pinched it for 30 seconds. So we're really at 2.5 minutes here. As you can see, it's fairly fast, fairly efficient. I think part of the reason why it works so well is because the design pinches this and it squeezes the water. I use a bigger tube and a bigger entry as far as how the water gets into the tube, so it does get a fair amount of pressure on it. And if you're in a hurry and you have a cup and you want to go and dip it in the stream and fill this, see, it's almost half gone, you want to fill this, you'll put more water pressure on it. So if you're in a hurry, you could go take your cooking cup or whatever, fill this, you know, put more pressure on it and get the water to come out faster, I guess you could say. So, and again, this is a brand new filter with a brand new design, and I've never used this before, so we're going to see how long it takes to fill this bad boy. You kind of want to be careful not to pinch it right there so it has a faster flow into it. So maybe we're going to move that over. As you can see, that comes out fairly fast. So let's pinch it again, and we'll stop it at 4:15 here. Oop, I'm losing water. Let's just call it good right there. So at minus 30 seconds off of this video here, and I got water 2 liters pretty quick.